Welcome to the CEO Camper Podcast, where we talk about being a badass CEO in business and life, but also getting out into nature more and making it really easy. I'm your host, Jessica Ryder, a 14-year veteran of camping and have 16 years of business driving teams and companies to purposeful growth under my belt. I am here to help you get out into nature, reset yourself so you can continue to be that badass CEO. So let's dive in to the CEO Camper Podcast. I want to talk today about what we do on non-camping weekends. It's kind of ironic. We're both in the camper right now. I'm recording and my husband, Rusty, is doing some maintenance. Russ, you want to yell from over there?
What's going on?
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but that was him. He's just kind of doing a check of everything, making sure our ACs are working and everything as we get ready for summer camping. But what I wanted to talk about today is what we do on non-camping weekends that also help me recharge, because the truth is we don't camp every weekend. We have not actually camped. So at the time of this recording, it's actually Memorial Day weekend, and we have not camped for the past 4 weekends. Just life and things have been in the way, but we camped the 3 weekends before that. So we've been camping since the end of March, and then we've taken a little break, and now we are getting ready to head back out probably next weekend, and then we'll be every other weekend until mid-September, including a really big trip in August. We're headed out to Ohio for a wedding, and we're taking the camper with us. But today I wanted to really just hone in on what are those things that I do on non-camping weekends to help me recharge. And one of the first things I do, and I do this every morning, but especially when we are not camping, is I will go outside and take 3 deep breaths outside. It is, one of the first things I do in the morning. Just breathe in some fresh air, let it out, and then I usually get my day started from there. But even if I'm not camping, I live in a semi-wooded area. I'm not going to say it's super woody, but I have trees and stuff behind me. So I'll just, take 3 big deep breaths outside, breathe in some fresh air, and get my day started from there. Other things that I'll do, like this morning I went on a 3-mile jog, and where I actually went up and got us breakfast from the coffee house. But anyway, so I jogged up there, walked back, but again, just getting out into nature, maybe go for a hike. If you've got places around you that you can do that, get up one morning and go for a hike, get into the woods, get into nature, get the family out. I actually just had a conversation with a friend the other day who she went hiking with another one of her friends, and that woman actually hikes barefoot. And I was like, whoa, what? She goes, yeah, she loves it. She loves feeling the earth and the ground, everything under her feet. And I thought, kudos to you, because I can't camp, or I can't hike, barefooted. So that's just another way. If there's a place, we've got several places around here that we can go and hike and just get into nature. And we'll do that on occasion. Rusty doesn't necessarily like it as much as I do, but it gives us time to get out and get into nature for a couple of hours, even on the weekends we don't camp. I also today, again, day of this recording, it's Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. It is absolutely gorgeous in St. Louis. It, is 60 degrees, sunny. We have a covered deck, and it spans the entire backside of our house. So we've got, couches out there. We've got the table. We're, grilling and smoking meat. And I just love to sit out there and listen to the birds, listen to nature. We have a ton of cardinal birds around our house, so I enjoy watching them. We've got squirrels. We've got deer that come up through the backyard, all kinds of just wildlife around us. So I like to just actually sit out there with a good book and just be in nature. I mean, like I said, I got trees mostly on all sides of my house, so I don't really see my neighbors that much from my back deck. So it's really just kind of nice to sit back there and semi feel like I'm in nature. Today is, like I said, today is Sunday. I'll actually do my weekly planning out there. So if we're camping, I do my weekly planning while we're in the camper. If I'm home, I do it in my deck when we have gorgeous days like this. Just I I mean, honestly, like I did my reading and my morning routine out there this morning, and I had like 4 ideas, and I quickly grabbed my phone and jotted them all down in my notes. Just because I'm like, yeah, just being outside and journaling and reading, like it sparked different things in my brain. I had different creativity, and I just went for it and wrote down some ideas. And I'm like, and even, Sunday mornings, this is just a little tip between my husband and I, but Sunday mornings are usually like our quote unquote date mornings. Even though it's just the two of us, like we don't, during the week, he works 10-hour days. I work 10 to 12-hour days with all the different projects I have going on. And so we don't really, like, we don't have dinner together, which I know is probably not the greatest, but like we don't have dinner together. We don't, we also don't eat the same thing. So, he usually is having whatever, I'll make something or something, whatever. But like, we just don't have a whole lot of time to interact. So we're catching up on Sunday mornings, like just telling stories, what's going on, what's this, what's that. And like, there were a couple things he said this morning, and I was like, sparked an idea for something, and I was like, let me write that down. Cause then I was like, oh, well, I could do this and this, and, it's all business related. So, but again, we're just sitting outside. We actually have like a little fire pit, a gas fire pit thing on our deck. And we just had that going this morning. He's drinking coffee. I was reading. We're just chatting back and forth. Again, all outside, listening to the birds, listening to nature, and coming up with great ideas for the business. Another thing that I will do, and this kind of sounds stupid, but like it just gets me outside when my head is just in 100 different places and I can't calm it down. Like I just have to go do something stupid, right? Something that's like meaningless and doesn't really matter, but it kind of does matter. So like I'll go outside and pull weeds, like hey, you know what? I just need an hour. I'm gonna go outside and pull weeds. Now I do have a lawn kid that comes now and pulls most of my weeds, but like sometimes, he doesn't get it all. So I'll like go out and pull a few weeds or something. Cause I'm like, I just need to turn my brain off for a hot minute. And then we're not going to be able to get out camping this weekend. So I'm just going to get out and do this meaningless activity, even though it does mean something because it means I have a nice yard. But yeah, and just turn my brain down for a minute. So those are a couple things, like I said, go outside and pull some weeds, do a little yard work, plan your day outside, like your week plan, go outside on your deck and do some planning. Go for a hike. That's easy enough. Find a place to go. You probably have parks near you. Try that, grab the kids, get out and do something like that. You could even just go for a walk in your neighborhood. Sometimes I'll walk without headphones or anything, and I just walk and listen to things. The other morning I was off on a bike ride, and I'm riding. All of a sudden I look up, there's 3 deer crossing in front of me. And then, I'm riding a little bit farther. I look over, there's 2 deer standing in another guy's yard. I'm like, you miss all those things. Like if you're just not paying attention to nature and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So even on non-camping weekends, guys, I get into nature as much as I possibly can. I do planning outside. I will try to get in the yard as much as I can, just again, to connect with nature, remind myself why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm pushing so hard, why my weeks are crazy, why I work 12-hour days, like all that kind of stuff, like why I do all that. And I get that, for me, I get that connection in nature. And so even on non-camping weekends, I have to try to get out as much as I possibly can. So that's it. A couple quick tips, guys, nothing too serious here. You probably already knew most of this. Maybe it's just a reminder that, hey, like get your butt outside and do something. Turn the business down for a little bit, get outside, do something, because it's probably going to spark 3 or 4 more ideas that you can come back. And if you're struggling with a problem or something like that, just get outside, go outside, go for a quick walk. It's probably going to spark a new idea to solve that problem. So thank you for listening and giving me your ears this week. And yeah, I'll talk to you all very soon. Thank you for listening today. As you can tell, I am pretty passionate about business, camping, and balancing them both in my daily life. If you want to connect with me more, I included all the links in the show notes, including my camping brand pull-through sites, my personal pages, and also a really quick questionnaire to figure out how I can help customize your camping experience. I appreciate you, and I hope you got something out of the show today. If you did, please share this with someone else who needs to hear it. and leave a review. If you leave a review, I'll send you a free copy of my book, How Camping Saved My Life: The Journey from Hospital Bed to Nature. Thanks again. Talk soon.